So there's a few things to mention up front. This is a newly minted company through new management, and this presentation will be focusing on a new acquisition. The new acquisition is focused on a project up in northern Queensland, and it actually is very high-grade gold and high-grade antimony, both commodities trading at all-time highs. So please read the cautionary statement. So this, as I said, is focused on the new acquisition of a company, an unlisted private company, which has been in private. The assets have been in private hands for years, and unbelievably, this project has never been drilled. So, as I said, it's high-grade gold and high-grade antimony, and the focus will be on the project in northern Queensland. So the project, the takeover of this company opened on the 4th of March. It's a very exciting exploration program, and it's a simple story. We had a site visit up in early December, and we confirmed all the previous exploration results, and we had our own exploration program in terms of some soil and rock chip sampling, and confirmed the high-grade rock chips across the tenement area. So we have, in the rock chips, we have gold and antimony all over the vein systems, up to over 80 grams per tonne gold and 35% antimony. As I said, it's in northern Queensland, the main project, and we'll be drilling mid-year up there. We also have another project on the west coast of Tasmania, and that's an exciting base metals gold copper project, and we won't get there till the end of the year, but it's same rocks as the major discoveries and mines to the north of it, but I'll get to that later. There's an experienced board and management team, which I'll introduce you to in a minute. So the takeover of a company by the name of Stunalara has been a success, and it's about to close tomorrow, in fact. And we would have gone to over 90%. I think we're at about 94%. So we're now moving to compulsory acquisition of the company, and I think we'll have 100% of it by the end of April. We've brought on a new geologist, and as I said, anyone coming on board as a shareholder will be leveraged to a refocused company. Obviously, Inca gives you the impression we're in South America, and the company historically was in Peru. All those assets have gone. We have some legacy assets across the top of Australia, and I'll explain those a little bit later on. So we're a very small company. We only took control of this company at the end of last year. We're experienced, seasoned in exploration and in resource development projects. So this is a new beginning for this small company. It's tightly held by our shareholders and supporters. So some of the board members you'll probably know of. We've got mining engineers. We have geologists. Brad Marwood's a mining engineer. Andrew Haythorpe, geologist, seasoned players. Brett Dixon's come on board as CFO, company secretary, fresh out of Azure Minerals takeover, and he's brought along a couple of money has come with him in terms of supporting and shareholders. And Gregor Bennett is our new exploration geologist that's going to oversee this very exciting program, and he's fresh from a takeover of his company recently. So the Stunalara project, the company that we've taken over, has three main areas of focus, but our focus for the rest of the year will be in northern Queensland. We also, as I said, have the Mount Reid project on the west coast of Tasmania, and we have applications on uranium gold acreage in Western Australia. So this project in northern Queensland is about 125 k's west of Cairns, very accessible, and the previous owners have done a lot of good exploration work in terms of mapping, soil, geochem, a lot of rock chip sampling of these veins and porphyries that exists up there, but 75% of it's unexplored. So already we're looking at areas which have veins that are unmapped and further potential. So going a bit further into this property, as I said, these rock chips that we've taken out of this area are very high-grade gold and very high-grade antimony. You can see the veins in the photos there sticking out of the ground. They're visually, structurally significant, and they run, each of them runs up to, that one in particular is about 750 metres in length. So you can see that there's about 11 or 12 prospects that have been mapped, and we will be in there exploring in the middle of the year. We have to put in a couple of small little tracks to get access, but relatively easy, just making it slightly easier to get the RC rig in. But as I said before, this exciting project has never been drilled. It's in a province that's well known for gold discovery. This area's had about 40 million ounces taken out of it in history. You can see that there's major mines around us. There's gold occurrences everywhere. So it's an exciting area. It's Queensland government very pro exploration and mining, and pending the rain, we'll be in there towards the middle of the year drilling. So the previous work that was done, you can see there's up to 360 rock chip samples and grab samples, and across every prospect there's gold, high-grade gold in the rock chips. You can see some of those grades. You can see the high grades in the antimony. There are prospects that are predominantly antimony, and there's gold antimony. This is primarily a gold focus exploration project, but we're very happy to have very high grade, potential for high grade antimony coming along with it. So obviously, as I've said, the Hurricane project is the jewel in the crown for us in this acquisition, and we did our own due diligence up early December and replicated ground truth some of the old work that was done and confirmed those grades, and also took new rock chip samples across all the major veins, and again we confirmed some very high grades, over 80 grams per tonne gold and 35% antimony, and good grades across all of those veins. So we're very excited to be getting in there and exploring mid-year. A couple of days ago we put another $1 million in the bank, and that'll be sufficient and good leverage for new shareholders to see the upside of any good results from the drilling. So we hope, this is obviously shallow epithermal system. We'll be drilling down to only about 50 metres. We'll be doing an initial 40-hole program, about 2,000 metres, and we should have some very good indications of where we're at after that. We have about 160 mapped drill collars at the moment, and we're focusing on the top 40 to initially. Some of the rocks that we've taken from our site visit, as I say, very high-grade gold, very high-grade antimony. The antimony is fairly visual in the stibnite, so we're very excited that we've picked up this project and looking forward to drilling it. So the forward-looking exploration program, we'll be doing some extra geochem work, a lot more soils. We'll be doing. We're looking at other unmapped vein systems that have gold occurrences all over them. So the prospectivity of this area is enormous. 75% of it's untouched, and so there'll be a lot of work that's going on. We're currently organising this drill campaign as we speak, and as I said, we've already located the drill collars, and we're focusing now on the orientation of the veins and maximising the potential for success. The other package in the acquisition comes 224 square kilometres of Western Tasmania, south of Macquarie Harbour. It's down south of the major discoveries and same rocks as in the major operations to the north, Mount Lyell and Henty mines and Renison. So it's an exciting large tenement that we have. There's been an EM survey conducted over the entire tenement, and there's some very exciting targets that we will be accessing towards the end of the year, when hopefully we've got good reason to be still drilling up in northern Queensland. So very excited about the Tasmanian potential for gold and copper and other base metals. We also picked up these applications in Western Australia, and most people have heard of Mulga Rocks for uranium. So these are applications that have the potential for gold and uranium, and we will get to those eventually, but our focus is initially the first two projects. Inca has legacy assets that we have been in previous years exploring. We've mentioned that we are looking to farm out most of those projects because they are deep IOCG targets, and they are very much big company focused. So we're packaging them up and speaking to large companies with potential for farm out. We will keep the Macaulay Creek project in Queensland because that's got some exciting potential for copper. So we've completed a fair bit of work there, and we'll continue to work on that project. So Inca is a very small company. It has a compelling investment case in that it's fantastic leverage to a high-grade gold, high-grade antimony exploration campaign, very low share price and market cap. It comes with a refocus with new management that have had some success in the past. It's certainly a value proposition, good leverage to shallow exploration drilling. As I said, this is only down to 50 metres, and we'll know exactly what we're in for. We think that this acquisition will re-rate the company, and we don't believe that its value is shown at the moment within the company, and there's huge leverage to positive drilling results. And as I said in the beginning, gold and antimony both commodities are trading at all-time highs. So a good time to be in gold and antimony. Thank you very much.